Hello and welcome to episode 2 of our Darkest Dungeon Let's Play. My name is Brian, this is Botched Up Gaming, and we're going to kick off with our first real quest in Darkest Dungeon today. So I've just went ahead and moved into the sort of the preparation screen, if you like. So we've got quests and parties. This is where you select a quest and form an adventuring party of 4 heroes to embark on it. Select with the left stick to see their details. Place heroes into slots at the bottom of the screen to form your party by holding right trigger and using the A button. This is where we're going to learn about positioning quite a bit as well. So we'll get rid of that there. So you can see we've got one default quest in the ruins there. The information of that quest comes up on the left hand side, so you can see it's a scout mission. Test yourself in the mad realm of your fallen ancestor. Take note of how the creatures have taken over, but don't delve too far. It's a short dungeon there, you can see it's got no campfires next to it, which means there's no camping required at all. And the goal of it is to explore 90% of the rooms. The rewards are 3,000 gold, 4 heirlooms, and a trinket. See, the trinket here is the Blight Charm. Okay, so that's what we get if we beat it. On the right hand side, we have Reynald, Dismas, Gueron, and Mercier. So we're going to have to go ahead and put Gueron and Mercier into a party, which is our Plague Doctor and our Vestal. Let's take a look at them, can we? That's your trinkets. Still getting the old controls. There we are. Right, so here's our quirks, both positive on the left, negative on the right. And you've got Cove Explorer. So let's take a look at these, can't we? Plus 10% scouting chance in the Cove. Plus 4 speed on the first round, that's good. Gambler in town will only gamble. Oh, that's not great. Okay. There's our Plague Doctor. Precise Striker, 5% crit melee skills. And minus 2% crit. Fantastic. So that sort of helps towards cancelling each other out nicely there, doesn't it? Right, so you can see on the right hand side here the combat skills. So by default there are always 4 unlocked and 3 locked. You have to pay to unlock the others. So for this one we have Noxious Blast, Plague Grenade, Blinding Gas, and Incision, which is a melee attack. So let's just compare that. Basically we're looking at, it needs to be in the back 2, but in order to use all 3 of these, the 3rd slot would be ideal for the sake of Incision as well. So where he is right now would work nicely, really. If we go ahead and move back to the Vestal, you can see here we have Dazzling Light. I'm just quickly browsing through to see the position of the attacks, just to make sure that everything can be used, really. I mean, Hand of Light's just a waste. That's only going to come in handy if we get shuffled. So sometimes you can come across enemies that can shuffle you where you are. So they'll reposition your whole party, and that really just messes everything up. I'm hoping that doesn't happen anytime soon. I don't think it will in the beginning dungeons anyway. So we'll be able to just crack on. So yeah, for the majority of our attacks, the heals are the most part, and the Dazzling Light's quite decent. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it at the back. So we're gonna put it on spot 3. There we go. And we are ready. There's the usual suspects. So this is what I quite like about this game as well. It doesn't tell you, you know, what pre-made parties are, but if you get one of the ones that the devs have obviously named something, it'll just pop up above them. It's quite a nice little addition to it. So there we go. We are ready to jump in.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold.
Provision for the journey.
Later,
so before you go in any dungeon, you need
blood.
to provision items for yourself. Alright, you'll want to take different supplies depending on what region you are going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences. But always bring some food and torches. For your first short quest, try bringing at least 8 food and 4 torches. That's a good hint, yeah. So obviously your provisions do cost you money as you're going through. Various places will have different provisions that excel there. So for in the ruins, the shovels are going to come in handy for clearing debris, but you'll get that pretty much anywhere. So the universal ones are the shovels and the torches, and your bleeds. Pretty much every region will bleed you quite a bit, but certain regions will sort of blight you more than others, and so on. So what we'll do is we'll give ourselves, just like they said, give it 8 food, 4 torches. Or was it the other way around? I forget. I'm going to go 8 and 8. You're going to have to manage your money as you go through here too. I don't think the first dungeon's probably going to give us anything grand to start with, so we'll probably just go from there. Let's crack on. Let's see if we die first time, eh? We probably will. Here we are. Right, so you can see on the map there, that up is the direction that we need to go in. I'll just move John. Candelabra there. Another torch.
A handsome
Fantastic.
reward for a task well performed.
So our torchlight's going down there now. And in lower torchlight, you've got more chance of being surprised, I believe. So that'll mean that they go first instead of yourself. So their whole team gets to go before your whole team when you're ambushed and surprised. And when you're surprised, your party will shuffle. So you've got a higher chance of that. But also, your crit rate, I believe, goes up. So you are more likely to do more damage in those scenarios. Also, without certain quirks, your stress meter will fill faster when it's in the dark, I believe. This is all, again, it's been a while since I played this. I messed around with some test footage on this about a week ago, but sincerely, I haven't played the game in quite a long time. So we've got here Dazzling Lights, Range Attack. We're just going to try and lay into these guys best we can. Let's stun him. That gives us some torchlight back too. We can't bleed him. You'll see that if we were to click on this guy, 200% bleed immune. So it's not to say that we can't bleed him, but we'd have to have a very high bleed modifier or debuff them an awful lot before we could bleed him. So what we're probably better off doing is just targeting down and getting some damage off on this guy.
As the fiend falls, a faint
Corpses.
hope blossoms.
When most monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as temporary obstacles and will eventually go away on their own. You can attack corpses to destroy them faster, but often a better approach is to use range skills, push-pull skills, and even corpse clearing special skills that some heroes possess. Monsters killed with bleed, blight, or crits leave no corpses at all. So that's sort of the benefit of damage over time and obviously having critical hits. They are appealing because they act as an active spot on the enemy bar. So they can be a pain to get around. So we're going to go for Noxious Blast here. I'm going to go ahead and smite because they're unholy. You can see there, under where it says Bone Rabble, unholy is one of their sort of tags, if you like.
Executed with impunity.
Righteous blow.
Remind yourself that
got a
overconfidence
scout as well.
is a slow and insidious killer.
Nice. So you can see here I can highlight the map now. So there's an obstacle there, so we need a shovel to clear that obstacle. And there's also a battle before we get to the next room. That's a good thing to have. We don't even have a shovel. I didn't pack a shovel because I'm clearly a moron. I can't believe I missed a shovel on my first one. Let's just get in here.
Hacks laden
Well,
with
fuck
loot
me.
are often low on supplies.
Fortune favours the brave, eh? He who dares wins. He who dares wins. There we are.
Even
let's
the
use that shovel,
cold
please.
stone seems bent on preventing passage.
We got the round on them. Right, now you can see here. This bitch at the back, she is a stress dealer. And stress dealers are the worst kind of enemy in my opinion, because once your stress gets high enough, it just snowballs. You just go, it's downhill from there. There's a very slight chance that you will break through and it'll be a good thing instead of a bad thing. I can't remember the terms for them right now off the top of my head, but yeah, we're definitely going to go down and try and focus her down first. They tend to be able to evade a lot better. Let's have a look what we got there. Blinding gas, 95% chance, 95% chance. but that inflicts a blight. And what have we got? So that, what's that blight now? 4 damage. And if we look, she has 4 health, so she's dead as soon as it's her turn anyway, so we don't need to worry about that one. We haven't taken any damage, so we don't need to heal. So we're going to go Dazzling Light as a ranged attack and just get one of these guys down. It's his turn lost. So we've set ourselves up nicely here. You can see that obviously the one at the back, she's going to die on the next turn. Second in is going to be stunned on the next turn, so we would just might as well just focus down on the front guy. We could even just go for the stun, really just push our luck. But I'm just going to smite down really and see if we can clear him in 1. You can see the hero damage is between 7 and 13, so good chance that we're just going to clear through. Easy is.
Great is the weapon that cuts on
That's
its
just
own.
the nature of the game. Cool. Well, not a nice little backfire, eh? I do 5 to 9 damage here. 48 damage. Yeah, we're better off just target it down. Get the blight on this guy at the front. Make it a bit easier. Going forward. We'll just clear him at the back.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy.
There's a bit of damage. I suspected he would go before Reynold. The Knights, the Crusaders, they're super slow. So if your party gets a surprise like mine did, obviously they're going to take part in the first turn, but for the most part they end up being after everyone else. I'm just going to smite down again. You're getting sick of your shit, Reynold. Really getting sick of your shit, dude.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There we go. Alrighty. It's a beginner dungeon. I don't want to incur too much stress, especially when you don't have many people. So I'm going to keep my torchlight high for now. High as I can. Ooh, nice. Alright, what we've got. So this one is a room battle with a curio, and that is a room battle with treasure. So basically that has an interactive item in, so depending on how we interact with it, it's going to depend on our reward. We'll curios there in the corridors too. And this one has a room battle with treasure, so this is just guaranteed loot. I'm definitely going to go for this one. So we want the loot to start with, man. Really want that loot. Ooh. Survival guide. 10% scouting chance. 10% trap disarm chance. Yes, please. Let's get that equipped. Yeah. Oh no, we're probably better off giving it to our guy Dismas. Take it out, because he's got a better chance to disable traps, I believe, by default, so keep our torch nice and high before we go in. Surprise! Daddy's home. Righty. That guy at the front can bleed. That's a multi-pronged attack. I don't need to do that one. And we're gonna bleed him. Get some of that. And we're gonna smite the skeleton. No, we're not. That's stupid. We're gonna stun someone. We're gonna stun the skeleton. Yep. Like that. Then we're gonna... Should I spread it though? Oh, I'm so torn. I think it sort of just ruins the idea that I was seeing earlier about focusing down on the stress dealers, but because of the roll of the dice and the way that we went,
Press disadvantage.
I think that's the right
Give
play.
them no quarter.
And then see if we can dazzle her. Oh, it all works out in the end, guys. I'm telling you, all works out in the end. Now we'll blight. So what we got here, that's a blight for 5 rounds, 5 points for 3 rounds even, that's 4 points for 3 rounds. Oh, we can't get out of that one though. There's no point going for the double stun, really, at this point. So we'll go ahead and blight and get a little bit of damage off next. Ranged. Yeah, that should be her down. Yeah.
Slowly, gently.
Then we'll go
This
for
is
the dazzle.
how life is taken.
Just because it's my only offensive move, and no one's really took much damage. And then we'll just smite him up.
Be gone, fiend.
Be gone, fiend. More like an Ian McKellen Gandalf situation going on there. What we got? Drifter's Buckle. Oh. Yep. Nope. I'll have both, please. Might as well. Oh, I didn't take the rest of the stuff. Oh, I'm so stupid. That was just because of my clumsy hands. I don't have any bandages either. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Moving on from the Empires. Right, so, got some traps. We've got a trap here on the floor. You can see it highlighted. Disarming Traps. Scouted traps will be visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero and then press the A button while near the trap to attempt to disarm it. When heroes are within range of a scouted trap, the trap icon will show up in their status bar. Some heroes are better than others at disarming. So, Dismas, I have pretty much set up for this because of the items he's got. So, I'm going to go ahead and use it. We'll get a little... Oh, well, normally you get a little bonus for disarming a trap. A bit of stress relief. I think Dismas was already feeling quite fine. We only need to do 90% of rooms, and it just means going down there and back. Oh, no. Stupid. Down, please. There we go. Let's mooch, lads. And ladies. We're inclusive here. Ooh. That skeleton man has a crossbow. I'd like to stun him immediately. Wonderful. Okie dokie. Just gonna go straight for targeting that guy down because I don't like the way he looks. Nah, yeah, they can do quite a bit of damage. Sometimes, even with sound reasoning, this game will bend you over. Alright. No, I'm just gonna go straight for the smite, because I'm feeling it.
Another one falls.
Okie dokie. Yep, feel that one. Double stun? Nope. Ouch. I'm gonna go in on the blight for him because I think Reno's gonna get the sword guy down. So I'm gonna go in on the blight for this guy. Try and just capitalize on that next round. Oh, we got the dodge. Man, smite this.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands. Success
We got
so
a
clearly
move
in
stone.
view.
It's common. It's plus
Or is
15%
it
move skill
merely
chance,
a
-1
trick
speed.
of the light?
I don't have anyone that's moving people, so I'll take it for the coin, for the cash money. But other than that, I think this gets rid of stress. And I feel like they're an ornate fountain of holy purport. Is that how you say that word, purport? Fuck knows. I'm going to use some holy water on this. and see what happens. Divine benefit. Oh, hell. Ooh. Heals and stress heals. Okay, we need to go back up. I think there'll be one more room and then the first dungeon is done. This is not a fast game. If you're watching this thinking it's going to be super fast paced, obviously this is a tutorial, so it's going a little bit slower really. Come on, business. Food. You get money back for anything that you've sort of finished the dungeon with as well. So even if it's just basic supplies like what we have right now. Hunger. See? So we've gotten most of the way through a small dungeon here. And I feel like it's going easy on us, obviously, because it's the first one. But yeah, your party will stop and they'll say that they're hungry, and if you don't have the food to feed them, obviously the starve button is the only thing you can press, and that will incur health and stress points, I believe, more so stress. So we're going to keep everyone nice and fed. Because like I said, we've really got these 4 guys to satisfy us for now. There we go. Quest complete. But we're going to remain. I'm going to chance it. We're going to see, because we've done super well and we haven't struggled here. We've got torches. There's no guarantee, because I haven't got the scout, there's no guarantee there's anything good in that last room. And I don't have a shovel. So that's where we're going to bring it to a close. It's just a smart thing to do. There we are. Got some heirlooms. Come on then, what fuckery have we got this time? Light scent. Okay. So, I like light. There ain't no torturous runs going on here. Stress heal received, fine. Improved stress reduction while meditating and camping. Plus 20% stress if the torch is below 26. That's fine. I don't mind that so much because I like to keep my torchlight relatively high anywho. Backtracker. No stress penalty when walking backwards. That's mildly useful at best. Diurnal. -2 speed if torch is below 26. 26. Yeah, that's fine as well. I don't mind that so much.
In time, you will know the tragic extent
Okay, so
of
now
my
we're getting into
failings.
quirks a little bit. So severe negative quirks have a little skull symbol next to them there. So over time, some negative quirks will lock into place and become severe. Severe negative quirks cost much more to remove in the Sanitarium. Which sort of brings me to the next point here of the town and the various buildings in it. So, we have the Tavern. The Tavern will provide stress relief. So when you go in here,
Fresh kegs,
stress relief.
cards,
Heroes
and curtained
relieve stress by
rooms
taking part in
promise
activities at the
solace to
Tavern
the weary
and the Abbey.
and broken
Each activity
alike.
has different side effects. Experiment to find out the best activity for each hero, depending on their quirks. Committing a hero to an activity locks them in that activity until the next week, which means that you can't obviously take them anywhere. You'll have to take a different hero with you on your next quest. There we are. So, depending on the quirks of the heroes, we have 3 slots here right now. You can see the bar, the gambling hall, and the brothel all have 1 slot each, and they have the boarded up slots next to them, which you can unlock over time. So you can see here in the Tavern, I can unlock more stress recovery here, and then bar level 1, so on and so forth. They cost heirlooms to do this. Okay, now we don't need that upgrade just yet. Really, we want to get into the habit of cycling new heroes to
The
a certain
cobwebs
degree.
have been dusted, the pews set straight.
There we are.
The Abbey
So we've got
calls
the
to the
cloister,
faithful.
the transept, and the penance hall. So again, this is all for stress relief, and depending on the kind of hero that you've got, and the quirks that they have, it's going to be pretty much the same as the Tavern. But more holy characters like to come here, and more dingy down and dirty characters like to go to the Tavern. My kind of people. And then we've got the Sanitarium, which is where you would get rid of your quirks, or you'd lock them into place, depending on what you were doing. And down here at the front, we've got the Nomad Wagon, which is where you would shop for trinkets. I'm not really going to look into this too much right now. We're going to check to see what heroes we've got in it. Oh, I like the Houndmasters. I like the Abominations too. We're going to take him. We're just going to take him all.
To those with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
Okay, we can't upgrade anything on the stagecoach just yet because we need more... Yeah, what are they called? The scrolls, I think. Yeah, I need more scrolls. Let's go have a look at these guys. A strange glow at the farmstead. Weird little pop-up. The comet's impact was felt here in the hamlet. The great impact toppled gravestones and kicked up a cloud of dust that covered the entire region. When it finally settled, an eerie miasma was seen to spread from the mill. It distorted the rules of time and space far beyond imagining. Venture to the miller's farm to see what has been done. There's the farmstead DLC kicking in. It's basically ready when you are there, but I'm going to leave it for now. And then the courtyard will kick in after a few quests. I believe it's about 5 quests or so, I'm not too sure. And then that starts spreading. And when it spreads, oh, it's a pain. Oh, it's a pain. But that is dungeon number 1 all sorted. We're going to go over the new characters just here now, and then we're going to call it a day. And then we'll start episode 3 with our new dungeon that we're going to go through. So let's have a look here. Oh, we don't need that. No, we don't need that either. Still getting the controls. Yep. There it is. X Reese. That's what it is. X. Alrighty. So we got Derville, the Seeker Abomination. So Seeker is just obviously a reflection on their level. So what have we got here? Really what we want to look at is the quirks and the combat skills. So, quirks. Early riser, 2 speed if the torch is above 75. Minus 10% damage if the HP is below 50%. Ooh, that's not great. Experiences religious visions and delusions. Now we can't get rid of any of these just yet, so we just have to roll them. That's a nightmare, that one. Because what they will do is they will just randomly react to things and cause you stress for absolutely no reason. So, I believe anyway, if I recall correctly, that's what it does. Let's have a look at the combat skills. Transform. So, the Abomination's a real funky one. So, there's 2 forms of Abomination. There is the human side of it now, and there's the beast side. So, your bar is fixed the whole time. I forgot about this. So, what you have is Transform, which will transform you between the 2 modes. In human mode, you will have Manacles, Beast's Bile, and Absolution. Absolution is a bit of a heal, so you get a little bit of health back, a little bit of stress relief. Beast's Bile is a blight damage attack, and the Manacles can stun, so that's just a chain whip that he does. Really good move, actually. And then when you transform, you become this powerhouse. So Rake will give yourself plus 15% damage every turn, so if you keep raking, it keeps sort of just racking it up over time. So you start doing more and more damage. Rage will increase your crit percent chance, and Slam is your move if you like, so it'll move the other party around quite a bit. So dead handy. I'm going to enjoy using this guy probably next time. Water, I believe is how you say that name. I'm not sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So let's go back to the quirks here. Warren's Tactician is going to do more damage in the Warrens. Lurker, plus 10% damage if the... Oh, okay. It's not ideal because we're not going to really go below that point, but it's one of those sort of nice backups to have. Idle in town for a week. 100% food consumption if stress is above 50. We're going to have to keep an eye on that one, because over time, stress is going to get high if it's poorly managed, and we want to get rid of that as soon as possible, really. And that as well, because the stress is going to... Those two are a real bad pairing, actually, because it's going to go up 20% every time he's not used. And as the party gets more, more involved, more characters there, it's going to be harder to use him every week. And he's going to keep eating double food portions every time, so not ideal. Combat skills, what we've got. Hound's Rush, Hound's Harry, both attack dog moves. You got your Cry Havoc, which is your stress, and you got Blackjack. Okay. Blackjack is decent. We don't really need that just yet. In order to make the most of this, he's probably going to have to be in position 2. Because we want to make use of Blackjack more so than making use of Cry Havoc. Okay. What we got? Warrior of Lights. 10% damage. If that's going to be super handy actually. What we got? Compulsive. That is a nightmare. They push themselves to the front of the queue when it comes to opening up trinkets and things. And, it's just not combat skills. What we got? It's looking like, yeah, slot 2 is the Groove Rob's going to go as well. So we're gonna have to alternate really for the time being between them and the Houndmaster. We'll be able to mix and match. You can just see already how the game sort of shuffles the deck for you. So yeah, they're our new troops, all ready for episode 3 of our Let's Play. This is Botched Up Games, and please stay tuned for episode 3. Catch you in the next one.